As I've been perusing the wargaming forums and just chatting to lots of individuals online in the wargaming community, I've noticed that more and more people are, unfortunately, getting screwed over by commission fuck-ups, incompetence, or just outright scams. And I just wanted to give a few suggestions to some of you guys who are looking at getting commission work done to help you guys out. I guess as a bit of a guide, there's a few little suggestions. So, number one, research. Do your research. You'd think this was a given, but many people overlook this one. Don't just see the front page of a blog or web page and immediately email a person. Have a look around and check out their gallery, previous works, or their portfolio. Check for consistency, previous customer testimonials, and how long they've been in business for. A solo artist who has 3 or 4 pictures of single models and a few customer testimonials and has only been doing commissions for about a month or two, is probably worth being very cautious about. If you still aren't sure about how legitimate the service is, Google that shit. Look up the service and see if any forums have posted about them. If it may even be worthwhile posting on a forum, inquiring if people have any experience with that particular service. Just remember that research is key, and make sure that the service is safe and reliable before you even begin engaging in quotation. 2. Contact and progress reports. Many individuals who have found themselves out of pocket have done so because they have had very few ways of contacting the service. 1 or 2 email addresses is just not enough. Ask for enough things to keep you feeling safe. A phone number, a work number, a blog, multiple email addresses, Skype, Facebook, the list goes on. In this age of technology, any competent service should definitely have these things available to any potential client so they can always be contacted. No excuses. If they are reluctant to hand out these details, there should be a bell ring. Make sure the service has a good track record of providing progress reports. Check out their blog, their YouTube channel, all that good stuff, to make sure that in previous transactions they've posted multiple works in progress reports, including pictures of all completed work or work that has been done thus far at regular intervals. Be sure to get a guarantee from the service of work in progress reports if you can. It should be noted that some bigger services, such as Blue Table Painting, may not be able to provide works in progress reports, as often this is due to their exceptional size. Again, let me just stress, when it comes to pictures, it's very, very, very important that you're getting pictures. If they're not providing pictures of stuff that is being done, you should be very cautious. If there aren't pictures, then you can't see what they're done. Words mean nothing, pictures mean everything, so make sure that you're getting pictures. 3. Too good to be true. This is just a bit of a quick one. Be very wary. If you're quoted a price that seems too good to be true, more than likely, it is. I don't mean a cheap paint job, I mean, dirt cheap, just ridiculously cheap models. Now, I understand, I don't mean to aggravate any commission painters who do work at a very, very, very cheap rate, but understand that for the most part, if somebody is advertising at a very, very, very cheap rate, and you're only making, $1 off each model you're putting hours of work into, it's probably a scam. So again, do your research, and you should be able to tell apart the bullshit from reality. Payment. Now, this is kind of tricky because most services don't negotiate on their payment policies, and with good reason. Just because the service wants a 50% deposit doesn't mean that they completely distrust you and think you're going to run off. They have to cover their own initial costs and have a good footing to regain funds should a client do the dodging. Now, that being said, be careful with services' payment policies. The main policy services that you see is, to have a 50% deposit down before work commences, followed by the remainder being paid upon completion. I understand that some services require 100% before work, but I would advise against using them, or at least try and negotiate it right down. Now, trust is a two-way street, and by giving them 100% deposit as well as your models, in my opinion, is just too much. You leave yourself wide open to be ripped off. 50% is, in my opinion, the best compromise. The service has sufficient funds to guarantee that they can recoup losses should the client default, and the client is providing enough to get the project going, yet still protecting themselves by retaining funds and giving the service an incentive to finish the project to your satisfaction. Alright guys, hopefully these suggestions should help you out when you go to employ the services of a painting or conversion commission studio. My best piece of advice is It's difficult to completely protect yourself from having the dodgy done to you, but if you are attentive and do your research, you give yourself the best chance of getting the best result and positive experience. Not all commission studios are bad. There are quite a few fantastic, talented, and beautifully customer service studios. Don't think we're all bad just because you might get 1 or 2 bad eggs. Hang in there, guys. Take it easy. If you enjoyed this video and don't want to miss anything coming out on the Ghost Channel, head on over to the official Ghost Channel Facebook page and like it. You won't miss a trick and get extra updates and progress reports not shown on YouTube. What's not to love? The link is displayed and is also in the video description.
You feel the clips like Pharrell. You will feel me. You will admire my struggle, hustle, soul, desire.